Hi beautifuls, welcome back to Yildiz Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium, twin flame coach. I cover astrology, moon energy and personal development. If you do want to come join us in the members hub, we have private twin flame questions in there. No super chat required. And yes, monthly I come to you live, and during those sessions you're able to ask quick super chat questions. Now for this video, we're going to tune into your psychic energy, connecting into your love interest, any blockages or the unexpected that can come up. So please stay tuned, because this 2 weeks is set to be very, very interesting and pivotal. Love and light, guys. Let's get into the energy. Okay, Virgo, let's have a look at your zodiac sign. Now, I did have a very interesting experience with your zodiac psychically. I had recorded your video and it disappeared. When I found it, it was completely like it had to be redone. Now, I had to sit with the energy for a little bit and think to myself, okay, what's going on with this? Because every other video was fine. But for some reason, your video was MIA. And I do feel you're returning to something, and you may think, you may be second guessing things. You may be looking at life and going, okay, am I repeating a cycle? Why is this coming up for me again? Why are these old situations playing out? And it can feel very nervous. It can feel like a repeat of something. So we're going to have a look at how this is playing out for your zodiac. And because there was a bit of a delay, I'm also going to pick a Rune because it's unique that this is happening. So we obviously have to investigate a little bit further into what psychically is happening for you. Now, okay, you're trying to have strength. Your head may be super busy. When it does come to your health and connections, there could be things transforming inside of connections at the moment. So you may be feeling like you're pulled in many directions. Finances, worth, values, you know, do you, don't you? This is really what's coming through. Do you, don't you? Now, I think you could be second guessing a situation. You could feel very stuck. You could be really wanting to make everyone happy, but also feeling, are you doing the right thing? Are you looking at something the same? You may be jumping into 1 minute feeling one way, 1 minute feeling another. Let's have a look. And yes, there will be an extension to this. Let's see how this read plays out. What are these circumstances, please? I'm going to have a look at the book. We have your Rune. And funny enough, I have amethyst on the table. Now, it's funny. It's not up, it's not down, it's sideways. There's an indecision here. There's an indecision in relation to life and how to deal with it. We're going to find the... I love finding the Rune in this book. Most of them I do not off by heart now, but I do like to go further into them inside the book. You do have cosmic connection here on the table, which is interesting because we have an expansion happening in your Venus house. We also have transformations happening inside of that, and you know, this can be good and bad. The reason I say good and bad is because we have Jupiter entering the house of Pisces. Now, with Jupiter entering the house of Pisces, there is an expansion, and you may be looking to the future of, you know, seeing things both psychologically and spiritually. The need to have, the need to not. It can be, do you stay, do you go? Do you accept, do you not? And this will be with all people in your life. Now, the Rune you have is air, up in the air. Right? Dark eye, daisy, badger. It is the last Rune in the mystic Rune row and signifies the eternal weaving of beginnings and endings. It's it's the Trinity knot. So something has been going on for a very long time. You have a cosmic connection. Right? The cosmic connection is inside ourselves, and like the laws of attraction, we do attract energies into our life. All things are always relevant. What do I mean by that? You may be feeling as though a circumstance has played out for a long time. And again, because we do have Jupiter entering the house of Pisces, you do have the sacral chakra, okay, the orange chakra. There is a lack of energy potentially. Do I put something in? Am I getting enough out? And you're looking at the give and take and the connection. But with the Trinity knot, this will be you physically looking at what you've given and what you've received. Give and take, I'm seeing. I do feel you're unsure. You love everyone, okay? You love everyone. You want everyone to be happy. But you're also maybe finding it hard to go inside your soul and actually say, hey, what do I want? What do I want separate to all of those individuals? And how do I directly feel about that myself personally? There are some things that you feel are uncertain. And it may be that you're wanting more cemented evidence. It's a cycle, okay? We're entering into a new 6-month cycle and potentially even a 12-month cycle due to the fact that we're going to have the eclipse in Sagittarius. And this is, okay, in many traditions, the new day begins at sunset rather than dawn. And thus darkness precedes the light and the day is understood as a whole cycle, a full spin of the earth. The 24-hour period including both light and dark. And that's potentially why you're looking at both. You're weighing up the pros and cons. You can't have dark without light. You can't have light without dark. The yin to the yang. You're getting into balance. I feel you're trying to take a balanced approach with a viewpoint of a connection and of what you're physically wanting. Now, in the esoteric, let's have a look. Okay. New beginnings, awakening, transformation, breakthroughs, clarity, synthesis, growth, hope. It is a completely positive room promising a new dawn. The emergence of night. It celebrates the mystery of creation itself and the light that replaces the darkness. The sun is about to smile on you. Reversed, it simply means a wake-up call. And I feel a lot of you are feeling as though, you know, do you have faith in that? Do you have faith? Do you believe in life after... Do you believe in life after love? You know, sort of that analogy coming through. But you're looking at values. Values are big time coming up. You are more than money. You are more than what you have. You know, love is very separate to what we can give. An example, we may see a homeless person on the street and through heart and love we give, not through I owe you something. It's I have an ability to, I want to, I feel love. So it doesn't have to be that you have something to give that person. It has to be that you see the value in something. For some of you, you're feeling you're not valued. For some of you, you're feeling you value that something else. But I do feel you're on the fence. You are learning a lot. Okay, some of you are feeling maybe... you're looking back over your life and you're taking an audit system of your life and you're really looking at where you're putting your energy in and where there's hope. But there is this mind bravery that you're trying to have. And again, because we're going to have Mercury going into retrograde, our minds are going to be very busy. We may feel that we're very stuck in a loop. And a lot of you could be getting very lightheaded. I'm going to pull a chakra card on the cosmic connection. Now, between you and this individual, there is a transformation happening, but I do feel you're thinking they're going through the change, but I feel it's you. And it may be due to you looking at things in life. You know, what is the stability of this? What is the healthy boundary in this? Many times through a spiritual connection, we're looking at a foundation, and this can be a home and family related dynamic because it is base chakra in nature, but you might have felt like you were having tower moments. You might have felt like the give and take wasn't there and people were, you know, maybe manipulating you in a circumstance, but I do feel you're moving into your power, and the power is what do I want to do with that? I feel you're longing for this balance, you're longing for this movement and for this change, but you're going into your intuition. You know, we can be in the most beautiful connection and feel lonely, and we can be alone and feel lonely. And there is this integration that's going on inside of your life. And I do feel you want to be fair to all people. At a purgatory level, I feel you're coming to terms with a lot of things. It hasn't just been to do with love. It has been to do with a lot of things that have been playing out in your life. And I feel a lot of love coming through in your heart. But I do feel... you're very grateful for the people that have been there for you. So these important energies of whoever they are. You don't want to sever ties with people, but you also don't want to have bad luck. You don't want to go into something if it doesn't look stable. So you're really wanting this stability. Some of you inside your own life might be trying to create finances because you feel it's what's going to create stability. But there is the empath energy inside that's being fed, and it's calling for being fed. I do feel some of you may hear from an individual from the past, and it can be bringing up old memories. But I feel you're doing this very quietly. For some reason, I feel there's a small pocket of this month that you may be sitting very quietly in isolation, but it's either forced upon you or you're physically wanting to do that yourself. This can be, a very stressful time. It can be a time where you're looking at life and going, okay, where to from here? And I really do feel amazing things coming for you. But I do feel by moving through whatever this blockage is, can be in feeling connected, feeling accepted, feeling loved, or to do with a partner's family, your family, because we've got family in reverse, a foundation, a home. That your viewpoint of this is where you get the fresh start. It is where you get the balance back, is seeing it from every which way. And I feel you'll gain clarity through that. A lot of you feel that certain individuals haven't had your best of intentions, and it had been where you had to walk away. But you're really tapping into your connections of what you feel, regardless of what's happened in the past. But there are things in the heart that haven't healed. Now, I do think some of you, I'm going to pull 3 cards for your love interests, because I want to see what their demeanor is. I mean, overall, I feel you're looking at things and you're having these old dynamics play out in your heart. And it is to do with pain of the past. Some of you, this can be a loved one that's passed over. And you may be wishing things had been different. I do feel you're looking at people that have left you behind. People that haven't worked with you correctly. But really wanting to be open to love and being able to feel that you can trust it. But I do feel you're about to make a major decision. I do think this week is going to help you to be ready. And I do feel this individual is ready. Yes, in the past, potentially, maybe they weren't as open. And this can go both ways, but I'm really thinking it's more you're open to making a decision. Again, you want to be free to be able to be yourself without... It's funny that it's a 7 because you don't want to be owned. You don't want to feel that you're being owned. You want to be able to dance inside the connection and that person dance inside the connection like you're making these hopes and dreams. Right? And I feel a lot of this movement is happening after the eclipse. But it doesn't mean to say that things aren't playing out and that you're not dealing with it. But I do feel you're going through a lot of soul closure and you're going to see the difference. Initially, we may be in a little bit of ego through this process, and I did blog on Instagram about this. I did mention that these shadow energies we're working through, we're really going from one polarity to another, and in one breath, we're very, very loving and understanding, and it is due to the fact that the eclipse is going to be in the house of Sagittarius. It can feel very values-orientated, Are we going to sink? Are we going to swim? How do we look at this? What do we do with these things? Follow your gut. I think overall you need to learn to trust your gut. Your gut does not make other people hurt you. But you are very strong in mind. But you do need to make sure that it is strength in mind. Not just one viewpoint. And I talked about it on Instagram relating to a counselling session that I experienced one time. And the therapist said, in a way of understanding, and I'm using the book as an analogy, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's words on this, and it says journal, right? So when a person is telling a story, this is their side of the story. And then there's an external person that is maybe seeing both sides, right? And then there's the other person's, right? There's different sides to every story. But if we're only ever looking at it from this, we can't have empathy and understanding. And I think you're doing a lot of shadow work at the moment. So I think you're seeing You know, putting ourselves in other people's shoes, maybe understanding that position, and then seeing how it feels to be picking. And that's what it's feeling. You're feeling piggy in the middle. Hit the nail on the head. And due to that, it's making it very hard for you to have empathy because you are feeling you're being put in a predicament. So I do think you're moving beyond it. I do feel you're facing the shadow. Okay, how are you going to relate to this piggy in the middle situation, please? This could be to do with family, and this could be to do with not giving your power away. I'm going to get into the extension. Stay tuned for the snippet, and let's see how this pans out. Okay, very interesting. Now, yes, there is shadow work being done, I will say, but there appears to be some sense of interference here that is directly affecting this connection, and I feel ultimately you need to see this person's viewpoint so that you can make a decision. Let's get deep into this read and see how this is going to play out. Thanks for joining us. If you do want the extension read, it is in the link directly below in the box. Also, all the booking information is there. Please subscribe if you do want to have current updates relating to astrology, moon energy, twin flame path. I do have super chats, so if you do feel you can't afford a reading, you can jump through and have a question during the sessions, as well as if you haven't joined my website, please do, because I do put up notifications relating to when I'm coming live, any events coming up, and specials. Take care. I will see you later. Have a great week.